Well, hello. Yeah, I'm dressed for the weather today. So I'm spending all my Slope of Hope money and all my Slope of Hope development time and energy into something that will make me no revenue and that no one has asked for. So yes, I am indeed the genius everyone thinks I am. In spite of this foolish endeavor, I'm very excited about it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be spending all my time and money on it. And my premium members already know what I'm talking about, which is SlopeTalk. Now, some of you who haven't been informed about this yet may be saying, SlopeTalk, isn't that dead product that you tried and it failed? Yes, that's the one. But as my beloved premium members know, because I talked to them about it a few weeks ago, I'm reviving it with a completely different approach. Now, later on, when this becomes a part of the production site permanently, how's that for alliteration? I will go into great philosophical detail because I actually think I have some idea what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and why it's important to me. But for the moment, I'm just looking for people to help me test. For those of you who have been using it, we've made great improvements. We're making improvements constantly. And I'm just to save you the effort of saying, hey, what about this idea? I might mention a couple of things along the way in terms of what's imminent. But I did want to share with you where we're at and encourage you to help test. So what we have here is the latest version of the screen. And for those of you who are new to this, just a whirlwind tour. This is the SlopeTalk screen. In the upper left here, you'll see the users that are on the SlopeTalk page at any given moment. Over here, you'll see a list of the most recent posts on Slope. And please note that this left column here is the least developed. It does some cool things, like when there's a new post, it'll like automatically feed here and it'll sort of glow for a while so you know it's new and can get your attention. There's a lot of cool stuff coming with users and with the post, but don't worry about this right now. I'm mainly focused on the actual discussion area. The discussion area is live. It will show all the comments from the literally 33,000 posts that are on the site, and it should be instantly familiar to you how to use it. I have been terribly focused on the user interface. I want to make this, simply stated, I want to make this like irresistible. I don't want you to leave. When you show up, you'll be so immersed in fun conversation that you just won't want to go anywhere else. We are not there yet, but we're getting there. We've made tremendous progress in terms of the user interface. One thing you'll see, those of you who have looked at this before, is that vertically it is way more efficient. You have not been involved in the details of this, but it probably takes up half the space vertically that it used to. For one thing, we've gotten rid of an enormous amount of wasted space with respect to the arrangement of these. Even the entry bar down here is very efficient. This is half the size it was because we've put all these things down here at the bottom. It just you can see a lot more. I will mention immediately that I do not like the tremendous repetition we're seeing here with all these buttons. These are going to almost all disappear. And they're going to behave in more of a way like the emoticons do, where you'll be able to access most of them by way of one icon. We're only going to have persistent visibility of very, very high usage stuff, like, for example, reply and upvote, or like, I guess you'd call it. And that's it. Those will be the only things that'll be like front and center, obvious to click. But I hate redundancy, and this is just filled with redundancy. I will not bore you with the dozens and dozens of little improvements we've made about this. I want this to work so well, you don't even think about the features. It just will feel right to you to use. And as I say, this is not some siloed content. the stuff you enter here will go right to the post and vice versa. This division between posts and discussion has only 2 or 3 weeks left to live. That whole notion is going to disappear. The words new post will never be seen again. Phrases like, oh, I got new posted will never be uttered again. The entire paradigm of how discussion happens on Slope is going to change. Right now, it's bifurcated. It's really duplicated, to be more precise. So what goes on in comments under a post goes on here, and what goes on here goes on in post comments. So some of you may be like, what the holy hell he's talking about? You don't need to understand. Don't worry about it. All I'm saying is that I would like whichever of you are interested in doing so to use this instead, to go here instead. Well, how do you get there? Well, you go to slopetalk.com. And as you see, when you go to slopetalk.com, it'll basically say, hi, this documentation is irrelevant. Don't worry about it. Click here to use the program, and then it'll take you to that page. So again, once more, slopetalk.com is where you want to go. So I think I will leave it at that. There are more changes coming, but like I said, I don't want to bore you with the details. We've been busting our ass on this, and we're continuing to do so. It improves basically every 1 or 2 hours during business hours. One last thing, hit Control F5 twice. It sounds like a bizarre incantation, but you need to do this to get the freshest version. Control F5 2 times. Bang, bang. And that'll super duper refresh the page. As Borat says, he's very nice. Yes. So anyway, that's it. Jump in, do your thing. And it is my pledge to myself that the month of January will not end without this paradigm shift taking place on Slope. So it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Thanks.